Hello and welcome to Top 10 Flix. Now that May is well past its halfway point, it's the ideal opportunity to get a sneak peek at the fascinating TV series that premiere next month. Excitement is mounting for June 2024, as interesting new programs and much-awaited successors to the biggest blockbusters of the previous year are slated to premiere. As we anticipate the TV hits that await us in June, be ready to leave me behind. Number 10. The Acolyte. In a forthcoming Leslie Headland science fiction series, Lee Young-jae plays a Jedi Master who is investigating a startling crime spree. He clashes with Amandla Stenberg's portrayal of a former Padawan student as a result of this inquiry. They follow a dark road that leads them to discover malevolent powers and secret truths as they find additional evidence. Amidst a backdrop of escalating darkness, the series explores the delicate relationship between mentor and student. Accessible starting on June 4th on Disney+. Number 9. Sweet Tooth Season 3. The H5G9 virus caused a pandemic 10 years ago during the Great Crumble, which wiped out the majority of humankind. At the same time, infants started to be born with animal characteristics and were silent, which made people very afraid and suspicious. Many people chased these hybrids, not sure if they were the source of the illness or its outcome. Living in the wilderness with his father, whom he calls Pubba, is Gus, a half-deer hybrid. Characters in Season 3 struggle with physical injuries and psychological losses. They discover that life goes on even in the face of adversity, whether it is the loss of a loved one or a piece of themselves. Starting on June 6th via Netflix. Number 8. Power Book 2, Ghost Season 4. Ghost follows Tarek as he makes his way through his new existence, fighting to break free from his father's legacy while under tremendous pressure to keep his family intact. In an attempt to elude law enforcement and manage drug operations, education, a romantic relationship, and family matters, Tariq gets involved with the vicious Tejada family. Tariq and Braden Weston re-enter the game and forge new friendships in Season 4, but tensions increase as Braden leads an irresponsible lifestyle. Tariq starts to wonder if there's really enough space at the top for the two of them. The season examines the tensions in their partnership as they encounter fresh difficulties and perils, starting on June 7th on Starz. Number 7. Presumed Innocent. Presumed Innocent, a narrative about a startling murder that rocks the Chicago prosecutor's office when one of their own is suspected, is inspired by Scott Turo's courtroom thriller. David E. Kelley, a multiple award winner, retells the story exploring themes of sex, politics, obsession, and the boundaries and strength of love. The show examines the ensuing emotional and occupational anguish as the accused struggles to keep his family and marriage intact. Arriving on June 12th on Apple TV+. Number 6. Bridgerton Season 3. Part 2. Penelope is so lacking in self-assurance that she fails miserably at the marriage scene. When Colin returns from his trip with a fresh outlook, he discovers that Penelope, his greatest admirer, has stopped paying him any attention. Colin tries to assist Penelope become more self-assured so that she might attract a spouse out of desperation to mend their relationship. But his strategy backfires and makes him wonder if his feelings are platonic. This varied melodrama set in the Regency era has 2 seasons that you should definitely see if you haven't already. It's genuinely enjoyable watching. Penelope and Colin's hot and sexy relationship is explored in Season 3 Part 1, which ends on an exciting cliffhanger. It won't be clear until June 13th what will happen next. Number 5. Severance Season 2. The biotechnology company Lumen Industries divides its employees' memories according on whether or not they are working by using a process known as severance. Workers are referred to as innies at work and are unaware of their personal life. They are referred to as outies while they are not at work and have no memory of their time there. Each employee now leads 2 different lives, each with their own personality and set of goals. When an enigmatic coworker shows up outside of work, the story takes a more complex turn as they go out to discover the truth about their occupations. This investigation uncovers unspoken relationships and heightens the mystery surrounding Lumen Industries. Accessible starting on June 21st on Apple TV+. Number 4. Supercell,
A gang of unremarkable South Londoners, united only by their black ethnicity, all of a sudden acquire superpowers. To safeguard the one he loves, one guy must bring them all together as they struggle with the effects on their day-to-day existence. They have to avoid strong and evil agents that have noticed their special talents in the interim. They confront outside threats as they work together to overcome the obstacles of their new reality. As they discover how to use their abilities and protect one another, their adventure takes shape. Starting on June 27th on Netflix.
Number 3. The Bear Season 3. The Bear centers on Carmen, Carmi, Berzado, Jeremy Allen White, a talented chef from the elite food industry who, following a devastating family death, returns to Chicago to manage his family's sandwich store, the original Beef of Chicago land. Far from the upscale dining he is accustomed to, Carmi must manage a tiny business, deal with a disobedient kitchen staff, mend damaged family ties, and deal with his brother's suicide. The culinary industry's intense pressures, family dynamics, the art of cooking, and the unvarnished realities of restaurant life are all interwoven in this series. Carmi discovers an unanticipated connection with the diverse collection of cooks and dishwashers who become his adopted family as he works to redefine the family business and himself. Number 2. The Boys Season 4. Superheroes are sometimes even more respected than gods, and are frequently as well liked as celebrities and powerful as politicians. This alters, though, when they mishandle their abilities and turn evil. A vigilante organization called The Boys set out to uncover the truth about the Seven and the multi-billion-dollar company that controls these crooked superheroes. The world is on the verge of catastrophe in Season 4, which is based on the comic book series. With Homelander controlling her, Victoria Newman is closer than ever to the Oval Office. With barely months to live, Butcher has lost both his position as the Boys' leader and Becca's son, and the group is becoming weary of his dishonesty. Before it's too late, they must band together to preserve the world since the stakes are higher than ever. Starting on June 13th on Prime Video. Number 1. House of the Dragon Season 2. This prequel to the hit HBO series Game of Thrones ushers in the reign of House Targaryen. House of the Dragon, which is based on George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood, tells the story of the Targaryen Civil War and takes place about 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. It centers on the struggle for the Iron Throne among the offspring of King Viserys Targaryen. The suspense at the end of Season 1 is further enhanced by Rhaenyra Targaryen's rage at receiving dire news. Westeros is split into two groups as the Dance of the Dragons intensifies: the Blacks of Rhaenyra and the Greens of Aegon Targaryen. This battle, which is a war between a king and a queen, promises a different kind of story development than the War of the Five Kings in Game of Thrones. Accessible starting on June 16th on HBO and Max. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.